Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel and to another video. This set today I'm going to be doing a super simple and super wearable spring baby boomer design. So Lottie is ready to go, tips are applied, and now I'm just going in with my Perfect Nails clear acrylic to do my thin clear base. Now I am mixing things up a little bit today because for this set I'm using my size 8 Crystal Nails brush. Normally use the size 6 because I absolutely love a smaller brush, and I found personally the size 8 was just a tad bigger than what I prefer. But I used it when I did a nail the other day and I quite liked it, so I thought I think I'll give this one a go again. But we'll see. It is a little bit bigger than I would normally go for, but there we go. Anyway, thin clear base done, and now I'm using the white boomer powder again from Perfect Nails, and I'm going to be doing baby boomers with this on the ring finger, the middle finger, and also the thumb, but I don't think I kept the thumb in this video. So I've just applied that at the tip and I'm just finishing it off, and then we will move on to the middle finger. I've actually done the middle finger at real-time speed in this video just so you can sort of really see the application. So I place my bead roughly at the natural free edge, which is where I want that fade to start, and then flip the brush and fade the bead back, and then I'm just going to pat the sides in down this and paint down the side walls, and then I'm just going to bring the rest of the product down, giving me coverage on the nail. Now if I feel there are places that are a little bit patchy, so there on that side, I'll add a little bit more, but I want to make sure I'm keeping the blend at where that white finishes, so that when I come to do the cover colour they will go together seamlessly without any lines or anything that will ruin the baby boomer look. Just a touch more at the tip just because I felt it needed it, so just pressing it down in place and then blending it back, making sure the sides are nice and neat. I've not got any acrylic dripping over, and then I will leave that to set. On the pinky and the index finger I have got Endless Sea from Glam and Glits. This is a beautiful pastel blue colour, I love it. But I love blue, so you know. And I'm doing exactly the same. I'm going to be doing boomers or ombres, but instead of a white tip I'm doing a blue tip on those two. The thumb is the same as the middle and the ring finger. I've forgotten what my fingers are called. So again on the index finger I've done this at real time. It is exactly the same as the white, but with the coloured acrylic. Glam and Glits are so pigmented, you only need a little bit. A little goes a long way. So I applied my bead and I'm feathering it back. I pulled the product down the nail first, but then I'm feathering it back. And then just adding a little bit more where I feel it might need coverage, pulling the rest of the product or painting it down the nail. I'm working mega thin, and I will also just use my brush just to blend out the back of that bead, just like I did with the white, pulling the product down so that it's nice and thin and even. And then once the tip colours are all dry, I'm going in with the cover boomer powder from Perfect Nails. This works with the white boomer to do perfect baby boomers, and I'm going to do the nail bed colour. So I did do the same two nails, so the middle and the index, at real time. So I'm going to come back and talk through those two, not these two. Okay, so pick up my bead of the cover boomer and I place it where the white sort of fades out. Place the bead and then just feather the front of it down over the white and make sure I blend the back of the bead out at the back. Press it down so that when I come to apply the next bead, they will work together nicely, and when I come to file I won't have any horrible lines or anything in it. So I place the second bead just on top there, and then as you can see I've pressed it out at the back, and then I'm just pulling the rest of the product down. Now you do want to cap your baby boomers, but if you have applied the acrylic a little bit thicker, because these are core powders or strength powders, you could just encapsulate the blend. So if you find at the cuticle and down towards the tip you've got the correct strength and structure for your nail, just encapsulate the blend so you don't file it away. But I do try and work as thin as possible as I can, but I do know that if need be I don't have to encapsulate everything. So that final cuticle bead, I tuck it in so I've got a nice neat flush cuticle line, and then I just blend the rest of that bead over I can't even think what it's called now, my brain's gone to sleep. I blend the rest of that bead over what I've already done. And then on the index finger it is exactly the same process, even though I've used colour. However, I will need to encapsulate right to the very tip of this nail, but I could start my white a little way from the cuticle, as this is that strength powder still. So first bead where the blue blends out, and then just paint it, blend it over so that it just blends into that colour, how you want your ombres to go. And then the second bead, I think I've just done the 2 beads for this, so I've placed that just near the cuticle, just short of it slightly, and then I can tuck it in so I've got a nice neat flush cuticle, and then we can just bring the rest of the product down so that it all blends together, just tidying it up. And then if I'm happy with it, great. If not, I think I felt it needed just a touch more coverage right near the cuticle, so I've gone in with the teeny tiniest of beads, place it where I need it, again get that brush in behind it so I can tuck it in, and then just bring the product down over top. And then I did the same thing on the thumb, not in video. On the 2 nails with my blue tip, so the pinky and the index, I just wanted to add a little bit of sparkle. So I've got some shards, some iridescent shards, but they've got a little bit of a blue tint to them. And I'm just applying this on the outside. You see what I'm doing. I don't really need to explain it. So I'm going to do that on both of these, and then we're going to encapsulate all of these nails in clear acrylic. Now, I don't normally keep encapsulating in my videos, but you know, I thought let's do something different. So I have. Now I have sped this up a little bit more on the pinky and the ring finger, but I tend to do a couple of beads of clear acrylic on these longer nails, and because I did apply the glitter, I need to make sure that is all encapsulated on those 2 nails. So right to the very cuticle. But I had worked relatively thin, so that wasn't a problem. But yeah, the longer nails I tend to do 2 beads of the clear when encapsulating. Now the middle and the index finger, I have just slowed it down just to the double speed, so you can see a little bit easier. So that first speed I've applied sort of the middle of the nail, and then I'm just tidying up the side walls and then just pulling the product down to the free edge, and then just blend it back slightly so that I can blend the second bead into it nicely. Applied the second bead and then tucked it in at the back, and then pulled the rest of the product over. I am always doing lots of work with my brush. There was a little bit of fluff in there, so I just had to get that out. But I'm always doing a lot of work with my brush so that I have less filing to do at the end. I did need one more bead for this nail, so I've applied that at the cuticle, then I'm tucking it in like I did with all of the others, and then just bringing that bead over what I've already done, making sure it all blends together, and then we can go on and encapsulate the last one. So exactly the same process, bead at in the middle, and I make sure I blend the back of the bead back. If you don't blend the back of your beads back, when you apply the next one, you are going to have harsh lines, you're going to see the join between the beads. So you really want to make sure you blend where you're going to be adding another bead. So I've taken that right down to the free edge. I've tidied up the sides so they're much straighter, and then I'm going in with that cuticle bead, tucking it in and then pulling the product down, making sure I leave the bulk of the product where the apex needs to be. And then if I feel I need a little bit more anywhere, maybe the apex is not quite high enough or big enough, go in with a little bit more. I personally much prefer to have too much than not enough, and then when you file it you lose the apex, but that's a personal thing. So now they're all encapsulated, we're going to file them to shape, and now I'm going to give them a good clean up using my sanitizer and a cut up wax strip. This gets rid of any dust, any fluff, any bits that might be on the nail, or any oils that might have transferred from your fingers. And now I'm using my Gems Transfer Foil Gel. This is my absolute favourite product at the moment. I have fallen in love with foils again thanks to this. And I'm going to apply this to the ring finger and the middle finger, the entire nail, and we're going to apply a foil to these two. So just making sure I've got a nice even coat over the entire nail, nice and smooth. I don't want any fluff, any bubbles, anything like that in it. And then we will cure. This is a little bit thicker than your normal top coats and things, so you might find you need to work a little bit differently with it, but once you get the hang of it, then it's nice and easy. And then we're going to cure this for 60 seconds. Depending on your lamp, you might need to play around with the times a little bit. It's trial and error really. And then I've got this beautiful floral foil. This is also from the nail team. I'll try and link which foil collection it was in the description box. And then I'm just pressing it down on that nail. You can use a silicone tool like I'm doing to really help press it down. You could also use a cotton pad or a wipe or something. Really press it down, making sure all of that foil has transferred, and then when you're happy you can peel it away and do the next nail. And it's exactly the same process, so really pressing it down. I've got a little wipe there this time. You will find the foil might wrinkle slightly because of the curve of the nail, but don't worry, you can often just fix any little gaps. If it's a full coverage foil, it's easy. With these you do have to line it up a little bit. And there are these two nails with that foil. It is really subtle, but it's just added a little bit extra to those nails. So I decided on the pinky and the index finger I'm going to add a couple of little butterfly decals just at the tip in the corner, just sort of over top of the glitter that I've done. And I've got these amazing tweezers. They're from eBay. They're really nice sharp pointed tweezers, but on the end they've got a silicone tool to help you rub and press these stickers down. They're amazing. I saw Talia's Nails Tales use some and had to find some. And then I'm just going to add a few crystals on these two nails, just a little trail coming out of my butterfly, and then just a couple at the cuticle as well. And I'm using the Chiara Sky Dip Base to stick them down. They are shimmer crystals from Crystal Parade, can't remember the exact ones. And I've got my crystal Katana to pick them up. And then when all of my crystals are applied and I'm happy, we are going to top coat these nails. So here we are, my absolute favourite part of any design. We are going to bring them back to life with top coat. I've got the Perfect Nails top gel and I'm just going to apply this to all of those nails. You may want to double top coat, or in fact you will want to double top coat all of these nails if you were working on an actual client because of the foil and the decals, but I'm not worrying on Lottie today. And I'm just going to use my little detailer brush just to get right up to and around those crystals. We don't want to go over top of them, but we want to get as near to them as possible just to help secure them. And whilst you can't see it at the moment, I have done the same on the thumb as the middle and the ring finger with the foil. So I'm going to finish top coating these nails and cure for 60 seconds, and then these beautiful spring boomer nails are complete. So here are the nails all cured and finished. Don't forget, if you are working on an actual person, to finish off with your cuticle oil, but I didn't need to on Lottie. And I loved how this design turned out. It is a really simple, really subtle, but really beautiful design in my opinion. And actually I think it's very bridal now that I'm looking at it here now. But I loved it. And it's also quite a versatile design. You could mix it up, change the colours depending on sort of the foil you wanted to use, or if you wanted to use different stickers. You could leave off the crystals if that's not your thing, but I've done quite a few designs recently where I've not used any crystals, so I've kind of like, I gotta use some. It's so unlike me not to add bling, but I just like that as a little finishing touch. But I was really happy with how this design turned out, and I really hope you do like it too. So make sure you check out the description box because I will put the product details and any links in there, so if you want to buy any of the products I've used, you know where to shop. Most of it is all from the nail team though. If you have enjoyed this video and like this set, please give this video a thumbs up. And I would love to know any comments down below. I will do my best to get back to you as quickly as I possibly can. If you are new to my channel, please click that subscribe button. I would love to have you join us here. And you can also find me on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok. The links are also in the description box. That's it from me for this video. I really do hope you have enjoyed it, and I will see you in another design very, very soon. Bye! Mwah!